mood. Rest from work.
Yeah, straight from work. Me too.
Yeah.
Took me 1 hour to get here. Okay, so hello. Hey, we have Brooke today. How are you, Brooke?
I'm good. I'm just recovering from being sick. How are you?
Good, good.
That's good.
Seems like your hair still wet.
Yeah, it is. And I just changed the color.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Really good. Okay. So Shimra will be the co-host today, and then she also from now we're doing this together to get the whole group involved, and then she will monitor the online better. So we have and then she'll also guide a bit. Because the best way actually to learn to know about meditation is actually eventually you should teach it. By teaching it you have to really understand the stuff, so it's kind of good practice. Yes. They say if you only read and listen you only get about 10-20%, 30%, but if you can directly experience, then you have about 80% of understanding. And if you're able to teach it, you gain about 90% of the understanding. So I think it's good. Once you're ready, we'll invite you to share, start teaching. And actually, you make more sense for you. Actually, everything then makes sense. Hello. Shelly, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Welcome.
Thank you.
I think we better start, huh? It's 6:30. Yes.
Time change.
I think now everyone has been to the class, so it's good. There's no new students there. So we can.
We all went.
Yeah. So shall we start with meditation on metta first, and then we will discuss about this. So everyone have a busy day, so it's time to relax more and more. And just have a compassion to yourself, and yes, just really relax yourself. It's been a long day. Now you're here in your environment, in your zone. It's about a bit of me time now. So just really have this compassion towards yourself, your body, and just wish yourself well and happy. May I be well and happy. May my body be well and happy. All the cells in your body be well and happy. All your gut bacteria, everyone coexist within you. May they be free from all fears and anxiety. May they be free from all suffering. May I be well and happy. May I be well and happy. Just keep wishing yourself well and happy, free from all sufferings, free from all mental and physical sufferings. Just take all the time you need to wish yourself well and happy. You feel more and more relaxed, more and more happy. May I be well and happy. May I be free from all sufferings, all mental and physical sufferings. May I be free from all expectations and hang-ups. And when you are ready, let's also wish all the people who are closest to you, your partner, your family members, may they be well and happy. May they be free from all sufferings, all mental and physical suffering. May they be well and happy. May they also be free from all anxieties, all fears. May they be well and happy. And let's spread this loving kindness to people who are unknown to you or whoever comes in your mind. May they be well and happy. May they be free from all kinds of sufferings, all physical and mental suffering. May they be well and happy. May all the people in this room be well and happy. All the people in your neighborhood, all the people in this campus who you don't even know. They're just going about their studies and their daily activity, but have the wish for them also. May they be free from all sufferings, from all mental and physical suffering. Let's continue this metta, this loving kindness, spreading even further to cover the whole city of Sydney and wherever you live. May all the inhabitants here be well and happy, seen or unseen to you, known or unknown. May all beings be well and happy. May they be free from all sufferings and anxieties. May all beings be well and happy. Going beyond this city, spreading your loving kindness to cover the whole country of Australia, all the animals, just everything your mind can cover. May all beings be well and happy. May they be free from all sufferings, all mental and physical suffering. Going beyond this country to cover your loving kindness, spreading to cover the whole earth, our precious earth, the blue planet. May all beings living on this earth be well and happy. May they be free from all sufferings of any kind, mental, physical. May all beings be well and happy. May they be free from all fears and anxiety. Going beyond this earth, spreading your loving kindness as far as your mind can reach, covering the whole Milky Way, all the galaxies, to as far as your mind can reach. May all beings, may they be well and happy. May they be free from all mental and physical suffering. May all beings be well and happy. May all beings be well and happy. Once you have done that, may all these good energies from the corner of the universe slowly coming back, all this good energy of loving kindness coming back from the corner of the galaxy back to this Milky Way system, back to this earth, coming back to this country, this city, coming back to this campus. As your mind comes back, wish everyone well and happy again. All this good energy comes back to this room and enters into you. All this loving kindness energy dissolves into your heart. And when you feel you have received all this loving kindness energy back to your heart, then you can slowly open your eyes. Hey, good, thank you. It's really good. Meditation is about practice about this awareness and also really know yourself. It's very important to know ourselves, our body conditions, like how we're feeling right now. Like, are we aching somewhere? How physically, and then also you should know your emotions also very clearly. So it's a good practice. Like we start of this class to ask people around, like, how you're feeling right now, like, and yeah, so I think we started to do that last week. So can we start with, yes, Simran, would you like to say something and share with us?
Yes, so I think that was a really lovely meditation, Jimmy. I think meta meditation, it always opens up our heart. And like you say, it's a great way to start, before if you want to go for longer meditation, having that meditation or even just starting your day with that, it really brings your heart out and puts you in a different sort of spirit.
Mm.
And what I find really interesting is that when you talk about, bringing that energy back into our hearts, like you can really feel it. If you've connected, you can feel this warmth that you feel. And with Metta Center, I was on a retreat. There was just a retreat with Bhante Ananda, and we were doing this TWIM meditation, so tranquil wisdom insight meditation. And in that one, we learned about a slightly different form of meditation. Something else you can do is focus on what they call a spiritual friend.
Mm.
Someone with whom your relationship is quite uncomplicated and whom you just have boundless love. And it's not complicated, so you don't question how much do you like them, just someone simple. And you just focus on them. You can imagine them smiling at you and you smile back at them. And you just cultivate that feeling of loving kindness. And throughout the retreat, all we had to do was rest in that feeling of loving kindness. And it brings up in you something else, a beautiful smile. And when you continue to practice that for day after day, you get what you call a perma smile when it doesn't leave your face because you're just resting in that wonderful feeling. And I think that really speaks to the benefits of meditation. I think we've come to this course and I can see most people have joined before, which is lovely. I think we get quite, we have a desire of why we want to meditate. I think sometimes it's good to go back to the basics of this beginner's meditation course. So just to sort of refresh everyone, I wanted to reiterate that it is a meditation course generally for beginners. So if you are, someone who's finding the topics a little bit repetitive or basic, just keep in mind that we want to keep it accessible for everyone. And anybody can meditate regardless of your religious affiliation. So you don't need to necessarily be Buddhist to meditate. But one thing that we wanted to revisit today is sort of going back to the basics and really solidifying these ideas about meditation, mindfulness. And so I'm just going to share my screen. Hopefully we can see that. All right, can everyone see the presentation? So we wanted to have a bit of a basic discussions, again, to make it more accessible and acknowledging that we have students from Western Sydney University joining us. And thanks to the Metta Center that we can run this. So today we're going to talk about meditation. So you've heard of it and we all seem to practice it, but do we really know what it is? What does it mean to meditate? And so that's something that Jimmy can go through. And also why meditate? We have heard from Jimmy in previous sessions about neuroplasticity, how we can rewire the brain's patterns and so we can alter our behaviors. But there are an abundant array of benefits when it comes to meditation, and we're really good to talk about those as a group. And then when we do meditation, something that we often hear this word is mindfulness. It's thrown around a lot and it is linked to meditation, but what really does it mean to be mindful? And what is this concept of mindfulness? How is it linked to meditation and why is it important? That's something we'll go through. And something that I will be touching on, and I want to let you all know for next week that will be the focus, is the 6 R's. So before we get too much into that, what I'll just say is that I am sure that if I asked each of you how you feel when you're meditating and whether your mind becomes restless, whether thoughts pop up into your mind, that you'd all say yes. Thoughts pop up, your mind gets distracted. You might have just been sitting there during that meditation, wishing loving kindness, and instead you're thinking, oh, what am I about to eat after this? Or oh, at work today, this happened, and your mind tends to drift. And what I've learned is a wonderful 6-step process of what to do, especially for beginners. When your mind gets distracted, we often don't know how to bring it back, because inevitably at any point when the mind is distracted and you start thinking, whether it's about the past, whether you're looking to the future, or even in the present, you're getting distracted over little things. Tension builds up in the mind and it makes it somewhat difficult to come back to the meditation. So by going through a process to bring yourself back into the original state of calm so that you're ready to re-enter meditation mindfully, calm, and in a relaxed state. It will really help you. So that's something that we're going to be focusing on next week. Let's get started. So, Jimmy, I'll hand back over to you to
Yeah.
simply touch on what is meditation.
Okay, well, thank you so much for doing this and then, summarize the points. Usually I kind of goes everywhere. It's good. And also we have Brooke asking question, which is really good. The neuroscience. Yes, I would love to share it. So meditation, I really, curious. I want to ask everyone, what do you think of meditation and what are you like? Why do you want to learn meditation? This is really kind of important. Yes.
I usually like growing up, like you learn that like having pleasures or having fun is like it's like just filling your life with lots of stuff. But I found it's really interesting going like the opposite way now, like not filling your life with all this stuff, like instead finding like all that stuff inside of you
Yeah.
instead of like at the shops or in a book or in a movie or something. So I've been finding that really interesting. And after when was it? Last Monday, we went to a temple in Blue Mountains, and we were there for a few hours, and we were talking to the teacher, and he was he was like, we're talking about mindfulness and like being mindful like everything you're doing. So after the next few days, I tried being mindful
Yeah.
with everything I was doing instead of just thinking 100 thoughts and thinking about this or that. And it was actually quite cool because I thought I'd be bored. Like I thought I'd be bored
Yeah.
or like upset or like, just like in a rush, but I actually really, really took my time doing things.
Oh,
And I hate doing the dishes, but I did the dishes really, really slowly. And yeah, it's like a whole new world. It's really
wow.
cool.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Thank you, Brooke, for sharing. Yes.
You're welcome.
Would you like to share your?
I feel it calms the mind down, and we see more and more benefits from it, especially like you say that just to control your mind and learn to know yourself really, and understand where the emotions come and what affects you and how it takes over you. So I feel it's like having the third person. You sort of like go out of your body and look at yourself as a third person.
Yeah.
And then you can see like more what's happening to you. And
Yes.
next time you know what, like you see the signs.
Yes.
When it's taking over you, and you can take a step back.
Great. Thank you for sharing. It's really, really good insight, Like that means you already know like this meditation. A lot of modern people, they meditate because they have certain anxieties, right? We all have certain anxiety, or what do you call it? Compulsive something, COD or something. You just
OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder.
Good. Yes, OCDs, We all have OCDs and we have anxieties. But the interesting thing is that everyone's OCD is kind of different. You may be obsessed. I have a friend who has this OCD of he need to check his doors and windows before he sleep. He just can't sleep without checking his doors again and make sure all the windows shut. He just have to go around. And then there's another friend who has to check the stove. Every time before you go to sleep, you would check the stove is turned off, the gas is turned off. So this anxiety is very interesting. We are anxious, or we have certain OCD about something, in particular to us, and everyone is different. And when you think about it, it's so interesting because I'm trying to answer Brooke's question about neuroscience because we all wired differently. That's why we have different OCDs and different anxieties. But to me, the friend who can't like sleep without locking their doors, I feel very funny because there's so many other things you can be worried about, like global warming and there's just too many things, anxiety, letting other people drive you around, there's just so many things out of our control. And somehow he can just ignore them, not worry, but locking up is very important. So this individual anxieties and then OCD means there's a hope, because you're obviously not anxious at something which others are. That means you have the ability to overcome whatever you're anxious right now or whatever is bothering you right now. And to really unlock that, you need a key. And the key is meditation, to really know yourself and to really know how your mind are wired and why you get kind of upset at certain things. And to able to do this, you have to really know yourself, like really sit down and be honest and then just look at yourself, look at your mind, this. So so meditation is like what does it look? Okay. So so meditation it's really like about first you practice this awareness. Awareness is so important. Awareness and awake later is awake. Awake from what? Awake from this OCD you are currently experiencing. Awake from this fear you have just created. Previous weeks we have gone through like systematically. Everything is your projection, right? That's how you're wired. We're trained to project stuff. We see everything, because we learn to see it that way. We see a table, we see color, we see different values because we wired that way. So we project the reality with our mind. So that's why the metta meditation works, because you can use that kind of projection to your own benefit as well. You can, unwire that with metta, loving kindness. You project it differently. So yeah, and I don't want to give a definite definition about meditation. It should be very unique as well, individually. But it has a context. As long as this meditation has a connotation of awareness, being awakeful, not like drowsy, not like this awareness, knowing yourself. It's good meditation, and it can happen in many forms. Yes.
Yes, thanks, Jimmy. And when I was at the retreat, I saw one of the participants wearing a t-shirt, and I think what it said really summed up, what meditation is. And it said, when you can see the river, that means you're out of it. And that river that we tend to talk about is, our thoughts flowing freely. And what meditation does is, instead of our mind being so caught up in the thoughts and actually following each of those thoughts back to the past, into the future, going off on tangents, when we really in meditation, have an object of focus, when we take that step back and we can see that, we're trying to focus on one thing. So maybe it's that metta meditation. And as our mind gets distracted, instead of following along, what meditation does is just allows you to take that step back, away from the river, jump out from all those flowing thoughts and just observe what your mind does. And that actually leads well to the next point, which is about why meditate. Now, yes, of course, for most people in everyday life, when they think of why to meditate, it's often in stress reduction. Meditating restores the body to a calm state, like I said, taking you out of that chaotic river just to observe, to take out time for yourself to relax and focus on whatever it is that you want to, that meditation object. And like Jules, like Jimmy was just saying, you build that self-awareness. When you quieten that noise around you, you begin to see, we can see ourselves more clearly. We can see what is going on in that river. And meditation allows us to see ourselves more clearly because it shows us what we're often drawn towards thinking about. And quite frankly, as humans, we live in our heads. Jimmy mentioned that it is through our clouded perceptions that we see the world. And so, depending on what those thoughts are, eventually your thoughts become you. And that's how we can see ourselves more clearly because we identify with our thoughts. And now, on a separate tangent, it also lengthens attention span. This is relevant to most people in today's world where everyone's scrolling through TikTok or other forms of social media, or even struggling to stay focused on simple tasks because our brains have become used to wanting just new forms of stimulation, so overly stimulated. But meditation does the complete opposite. It sort of turns the mind off, allows it to relax. And when you continue to practice it, you can build your ability to redirect and maintain your attention, often to more wholesome things, like we've just practiced in that metta meditation. Those are just 3 of the benefits that I thought of. I thought Jimmy and others could also contribute what personal benefits that they have in meditation for themselves, because I think each person can look at the benefits of meditation in a different ways. So I'll just share one from myself. I'll get started to show you what I mean, is that I have become very detached from most things as a minimalist and in practicing Buddhism. But one thing that I've been really holding on to is my favorite is durian, which is a fruit. And I have this slight obsession with this fruit of durian. And people say, you know, what do you want for your 21st birthday coming up? And I said, I could want nothing more but a bit of durian. It is just, I think about it when I go to sleep, when I wake up, and it's a little bit of an odd obsession and definitely have attachment towards it. And then today I was sitting in my garden, I was devouring a piece of durian, but it wasn't usually that way that my emotion just peaked and eating durian, this is the best part of my day. I just thought this is just food and all humans rely on fuel, and I just ate it with that sense of detachment that yeah, I can feel my body enjoying it. Yes, it's delicious, but that's all it is. And it will be finished. And regardless, I will maintain the same state of happiness. It won't peak or drop. It will just be, because I found happiness on a deeper level. And that's because I was meditating on the sensations and keeping that as my objects. You start to see also what you meditate on more clearly. So that's one benefit. You can let go of your attachments as you see those attachments more clearly, being less beneficial to you. So I open the floor to anyone else who'd like to share their personal benefits and why they would like to meditate.
It's really good. Thank you, Simran. That really sums up, and it's really, really good. Yeah. Anyone else want to share something? People online? You know, I just want to comment from here. You know, those if you go to a bookstore, there's so many books or sections on self-help. Have you seen those? You know,
And
like the Anthony Robbins, you know, all these self-help books. If you just flip through them, this self-help book, they focus a lot on this thought. You know, you have to have a positive thinking, and then you need to, you know, have this thought. But actually, the meditation I learned, thought is really secondary, or we don't even really bother. We don't even put much effort on this because thought is like kind of, you know, something that you can, when you learn to really ignore your thoughts, then you start to have mastery over your emotion, over yourself. Because when your thoughts doesn't affect you so much anymore, you have this genuine space, this acceptance, you know, this you know, you just it's just much more space. Yeah. So when we meditate, this thought is really just, you know, just we don't really put too much attention to it. Like we don't let it bother us too much, Good thought, bad thought. Like Simran is saying, like we don't really identify it. We don't identify with it because thought is something very fleeting, fleeting. It comes and then it goes. It comes and it goes. It doesn't stay. And when you meditate more and more, you kind of more and more comfortable with your own thoughts. You don't let it bother you too much, because our thoughts are kind of the byproduct of our expectations, expectation, hope, and fear. And then we have certain thoughts, that like commentary. So meditation is really learning to let go of this thought, that don't let it bother by it, and then just relax. So yeah, so this is very important. Like instead of those self-help books which focus on a lot of positive thinking and all this, we don't really do this like this, because we feel that's like it only is kind of helping on the surface. It doesn't go to the root of the problem. So kind of ignore the thought. Go and see yourself more and more. You are much more than just your thoughts. Yeah, basically.
I think when the thoughts, at first when you start, the thoughts will come.
Yeah.
You got to tell your thoughts, I'll deal with it. Because when you start meditation, whatever went maybe 20 years ago, it will come and haunt you at that stage. But you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
You have to tell your thoughts, I will deal with you.
Yes. Very good.
I'll deal with you. You have to calm down, telling them, I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to deal with you. That is the starting of it. To come to this level where I'm sitting here with nothing around me, just in a pure light. So I was listening, but then I transit to the very high level of the light. That is long period of time. But the start, thoughts will always come, even in the yoga class. When a little meditation happens, thoughts come straight. And then we start channeling the light. Gradually, we will have that light. Then once we start focusing that light, then we can control the thoughts. Otherwise, thought will come. Even you didn't do nothing about it, it will still come and irritate you. You have to tell, wait, I'll deal with you. Wait, I'll deal with you. That's the starting points of a thought.
Anyone else want to share online about their thoughts? Do you like get bothered by your thoughts sometimes, whatever you're thinking? Anyone else?
Yeah, you never know where it comes from, and is it true or whatever. It's just whatever random thing comes in your mind, and
just deal with it.
Yeah.
Just deal.
It's like this. It's like this really good analogy in meditation. It's like we are so thirsty for this peace and this nice, finally we are at peace with ourselves. This peace means like you are totally contented. You're not bored. Like even doing nothing, just sitting here, you're completely at ease and happy with this current state. Whatever you're experiencing right now, you are completely comfortable at this current state. And this current state can be, agitation. It doesn't matter. It can be like kind of little bit fidgety, kind of agitating, or you have certain emotion coming up, and you are completely okay with it. Like it doesn't bother you. Okay, this is the peace I'm talking about, not the peace like no, totally not kind of peace. Yeah, really, really at peace. You
We
just
all have
accept
that.
yourself.
We all have that peace thing, but to activate it, to bring it there, to that point, we all have
So
this bit of.
yeah.
And Sherry, thank you for sharing that she said that it was difficult at first. The more she meditates, the more she accepts herself and the thoughts that float by and self.
Yes.
It's become an addiction. My energy returns when I am meditating.
Mm.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
So let me finish that analogy. Sorry. So it's like the analogy is like we are thirsty. We are like very thirsty. We're looking for water. Kind of, we feel like we are in a desert, looking for water everywhere. We try to find this water. This water, after we drink it, we feel peace. We want this peace, actually. We all want it. That's why we search for other alternative. Like, the reason people drink alcohol is to actually have a bit of this, Once they have alcohol, tipsy, and they kind of, all these things used to bother them a lot. It's like kind of died down a bit, more relaxed, open, and all that. So kind of, in a way, you're searching for this, but it's just kind of not really good mean. But there's a better way to meditate, right? So it's like you're searching for water, and this water can, retrench you. So searching everywhere, you're searching so hard, but forgetting that you actually, in your heart, you're carrying this ice cube. Let's call it ice cube. Okay, ice cube. So what you do is you just really just don't stir it. Don't turn on the aircon, AC, ice making thing anymore. Just relax and don't stir anymore. This ice cube will melt. And once this ice melts, it becomes water. You're carrying this ice cube all the time, and you're searching outside for water. But what you should do is just, sit there and then just don't stir it. And then this ice cube will start melt more and more. And when you taste this water, which just melted for the very first time, this peace, wow, it's so good. Then you want more of this. Then the way to get more of this water is just even relax more. Don't get bothered. And what makes this ice cube hard is this thought. If you entertain your own thoughts more, your own emotion more, you kind of make this ice cube more rigid. So this is kind of a good analogy for meditators. So yeah. Does anyone have any comment so far?
I feel like why to meditate also is you can sort of like reprogram yourself.
Oh yeah, very good. Reprogram, rewiring. And this is really, really important to reprogram ourselves, Yes.
Nikki, would you like to share maybe?
Sorry. Yeah, well, I'm agreeing with what everybody's saying. I also find it gives you more appreciation of, I guess, being alive, and especially like if you do like a body scan, it sort of makes you realize like, wow, my body is working all the time and doing so much just to keep me alive. It sort of you can take a minute just to sit back and go, wow, I'm alive. Isn't, it's yeah, things aren't so bad after all, sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Yes, make total sense. It's good to be alive. And breathing as well. Like there's this breathing meditation we do. Breathing is like, so magical, and we just ignore it all the time. And breathing, the air you breathe in, you exchange with everything outside, And then this constant exchange, between you and the environment. And that interconnectedness is very important. The reason that we become kind of self-centered and kind of proud and self-centered, or this kind of egocentric thinking, selfishness, You know, we all have that, right? It's because we kind of we
Selfishness, we all have that.
yeah. You know, when we see good stuff, we want to have it. Or we don't see this interconnectedness with the everything actually. Everything's kind of part of you because you cannot live separately outside this environment you're in. And the way to prove that is through your breathing, you know, it's in and out, you're exchanging this breath with everyone. You can't say, no, don't exhale now. I don't want your breath. Please don't exhale. You know, we are like exchanging all the time, you know. We're
Communication.
communication. Yes, yes. And coming up, we have this Earth Day, right? Coming up, right, Simran? Someday. I think there's Earth Day coming up sometime. And you know, this interconnectedness and breathing, not just humans, actually the plants do that, you know, photosynthesis. And their roots, they are actually communicating with all other plants. So they are talking to each other all the time underneath the ground. And you know, for trees, if one tree is there's not enough nutrient, the other trees was pump their nutrients to that tree. And it's so amazing. They live in a sims, you know, they know that they only be stronger as a group. So they help out. The trees don't just, you know, take all the nutrients for them. They see a weaker tree, they pump it, you know, so that it won't die. So, you know, use this constant exchange of information and this. So to really discover this, you need to, you know, practice this breathing exercise, breathing meditation. And on this topic, let's do this breathing exercise, breathing meditation. For yes, let's do this for 3 minutes because we're now all more comfortable. We have increased by 1 minute. Okay. So in these 3 minutes, what I want you to do is, you know, if you can sit your body more upright, and then just observe and have this appreciation. I think Nikki was saying this appreciation for our breath. It's nourishing us all the time. It's so closely related to our mind, you know, this breath of ours. And then just observe, almost like having this loving kindness towards our breath as well. And just be observant of this breath in and out of your body. Just observe this breath. Okay. How's everyone feeling after that? Yeah. So it is so important to, now when you do this breathing meditation, you can start to appreciate why we did the metta meditation first. Because now when you do breathing meditation, you have this appreciation and loving kindness. You're softer. If you don't do this metta meditation first, what happens is a lot of the meditators, if they jump into breath meditation, they kind of their mind still kind of hard, and then they will kind of fixate it, kind of try to fix onto this breath, and they will hold the breath really tight. I want to observe the breath, like that kind of tension they will have. So, but once you have done the metta meditation and all this kind of this almost like new insight, it's okay. If your mind wanders away, it's okay. Just bring it back. There's always this gentleness towards yourself and your breath, and you appreciate this breath more and more. Yeah, I think Ajahn Brahm used to say this beautiful breath that's waiting for you to be discovered. Yeah. Anyone else want to share something about this? What they just Nikki,
Yeah, Jim.
Shimra, yes, please.
I just wanted to say on Sherry's point, it is sort of addicting. Having your mind just on your breath and within yourself, you really find, like Kung Fu Panda, there is no secret ingredient. It's all within us.
Yes.
But also, you realize and you get deterred by your regular stream of crazy thoughts because you think, how frustrating it is. You're back and forth and you're battling your mind. You realize that a lot of the thoughts that we have is not something we want there, but that's the idea that through meditation, we have the ability to train the mind and control it. Because that taste of peace as a beginner's course is just a little taste. But I'm sure you've gotten that taste and you realize that if you continue on this path of meditation, then your thoughts and your brain could be that clear for the rest of your life. I couldn't even imagine how clear monastics' minds are.
Yes, yes. So good. Thank you for sharing. And then also, once you learn this, I think Shimran's talk a good point about this taste. There's this taste. Let me tell you, there's this taste of meditation. There's a taste to it, but it's really difficult to explain what this taste is like. Because language and communication is very inadequate, because language is like so kind of, it's not rich enough, or more or less. It's like, and every time you say something, it makes that thing only have one perspective. You can't say like, you can't have like multiple, you can't like describe the thing all at once. But this is what happened. The taste is so, yeah, so unique. It's and then yeah, but there are some close words that you can describe this peace, this contentment, this peace. If you have this taste, you want to have this taste more and more. So next time when you are on a bus or you are, on a train, instead of looking at your phones and like everyone does, you're just comfortably sitting there, like just with your breath, or you're just looking outside, you just chill, you don't want to do anything. You feel like, oh, whatever time I have, spare time, I just want to taste this peace, yeah, more or less. So the more you meditate, this taste becomes stronger and stronger. The good thing about this taste is once you taste this and you practice more and more, your previous addiction or obsessiveness to something else kind of dissolves. You kind of don't get bothered by it. Because it's okay, once you have this taste, it's okay. You're more chilled. So yeah, I really encourage everyone to meditate more and then really to share this this experience and then just to yes.
Just one thing to add to the
Mm.
taste things.
Mm,
I feel probably maybe not the same, but to sort of taste it is after you meditate, you finish the meditation, and then you just try to feel the feeling you're feeling after the meditation.
yes.
That's when I feel like you get a little bit of the taste.
It's really good because of the reflection.
Uh,
It really worked. That's why I want to, that's why I want to make a habit. At the beginning of the class, I like to ask everyone how they're feeling right now. And then you just look at yourself, oh, how am I feeling right now? A bit anxious, a bit excited, whatever, feeling. And then after meditation, after we do a few sessions, and you look again and, oh, how am I feeling right now? And then you can compare the difference straight away. And oh, it's actually quite good for me. I need this. It's like, now, if I don't meditate, let's say I don't meditate for a day or something, it's like you haven't eaten almost, It's like, hey, come on, something's not right, I'm not centered. So no, I need to just, and then just come down. You become like that, You feel like, oh, something's I haven't done. Almost like, you forgot to brush your teeth or, something like that. Then you have improved because now you have this taste. You want it more and more.
it's like a battery. Like meditate, you recharge the battery.
Yes.
If you haven't meditated a while, then you don't have it anymore.
Yes.
The emotions take you over. So
Yes. So good. Yeah. Anyone else? So Shimran, do we have anything else on the slide or yeah? Or we
I think that it's also quite important that we talk about mindfulness because I see it everywhere in today's world, whether it's at work and during this mindfulness session. But what is mindfulness really? Is something that I think would be good if we touched on, Jimmy.
yes.
And I actually was having a bit of a look into this today. And I thought that this quote from the Buddha sums it up and really touched on it quite well. A good introduction to mindfulness. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moments.
Yes, this mindfulness. But I think nowadays, there's this mindfulness movement, everything, the podcast, mindfulness. I think this word's been overused.
Overuse, yes.
It's
I was
It's like too
going to say
generalized,
that. If you go on a street
Mm.
and ask someone of mindfulness, you hear the same topic what
Yeah.
they're gonna hear from other people. Full of garbage in the head, but they're mindfulness.
It's like this yoga thing, Yoga comes
Yes.
from India. And yoga is a very Indian term, Sanskrit. Yoga is the training of the mind and body. But then, yoga become commercialized and they just mainly just do the postures and stuff. But the yoga is a complete system.
Yes.
It's outlook, attitude of life, everything. It's got philosophy, everything,
Yoga also has that the balance of your body. Breathing
Yes,
yoga is
your
a
body
balance of
and
your
mind,
body.
yes.
The breathing yoga, hatha yoga is the balance of your body. For example, if you've been sitting whole day and working on a computer, and I'm moving my leg, my hands, I'm looking here and there. But what part of your body you're not moving? You got to focus on that part. That's our spine. And that's the spine needs extra care, which you have to do it after all these things. So it's same thing yoga is teaching, but they made it very modern and all that. So, and even the gym clothes, everybody's it's like a trend. Everybody wearing normal gym clothes in the shopping center. So it's the same thing. It is before was like, okay, you wear yoga pants, you do yoga class.
Mm.
And that's it. Now everybody is going shopping with it.
So this mindfulness actually is very, very profound.
Yeah.
It's very profound. But this word is overused, and then you know, mindful of your body, mindful of your feeling, basically. You know, mindful of your own feeling, your own emotion, your own thoughts. You know, just this, because it's really difficult to explain this. But yeah, because when you're only in the present or in this moment, that you have the full appreciation for life or whatever you're doing. So this mindfulness is part of the meditation. And then, you know, like I think Brooke was talking about, you know, cleaning dish. You can clean the dish and then treat it like a chore, you know, just do it. You have to do it. Or you can choose to do it mindfully and just be in the moment and enjoy it. Or like cooking, or you know, just whatever you enjoy doing, you put this enjoyment to it. You know, do you guys cook at home? Yeah.
She's mainly says that cooking is like meditation for her.
Yes. Absolutely. Let me tell you, if you can do this cooking mindfully, it's the best meditation. And then the trick is with cooking is don't rush it. You know, like slow cooking, and then just chop, 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 and then you know everything kind of enjoying cooking. You have to like really enjoy cooking. You know, not treating cooking like just another thing. You know, yeah, to get it done and go over with. There's no over with. You only have to know, like you know, there's nothing better out there waiting for you. You know, so like this. So cooking is such good meditation, really. And I would encourage to do not fast food like microwave, but actually, you know, you got to go through the preparation, the washing, and everything, cooking. That's why there's so many Zen practice. It's on cooking, you know, chopping and you know, cook the vegetable. And you got to wait also. There's this waiting period, you know, so burning and all this. Can you share something about cooking?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when you do cook.
Yeah, so I actually cook as my job.
Yeah.
So at work.
Oh, okay.
It's very intense. Like,
Oh,
then
are
it's
you a
like,
professional cook, chef?
yeah,
Oh, wow. What kind of cuisine?
like just Western.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
that good. It's just like a normal job.
Yeah.
But then I actually love it. And with,
Really?
yeah, I discussed with my friend. She opened the restaurant.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I don't like to cook as a job.
Yeah.
Because you're
Lost
gonna
the-
kill your hobby.
Yes, yes. That's what they all say. But it doesn't do that to you?
Yeah. But it does do that to me. I'm quitting it.
Mm.
But then cooking at home, I feel very like relaxing.
Yes.
Then when I'm stressed or whatever, I actually cook more than normal.
Yeah.
It helps.
Yes. Actually, cooking can be so healing. I realize whenever I'm like kind of, you know, little bit depressed, whatever, you know, if you just cook slowly, oh, it's so nourishing. You know, because you're preparing the food for your body, but you're also preparing the food for your mind. It can be a very healing process, and you can do it mindfully. So that's why this mindfulness is not limited to, you know, just sitting there. It is so encompassing. Yes, you have to find your own way. You'll find your own way. And this is why we are here to teach you, you know, to find your own way of meditation. That's why I'm not here to limit your meditation to a certain ritual or certain technique only, but really to tell you the know-how, and then you have to explore yourself, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and then be totally honest about it. And then share, and then we can I can then guide you a bit and then see where you go right, wrong. And you just more and more enjoyment of life. Yeah. It's really, really good. Very important. Yes. So yeah. And
Yes, thank you for that, Jimmy. I think just to sum up on that sentiment about mindfulness, it's this idea that when we're mindful of anything, we keep it in mind. And that's the whole idea, is keeping the present in your mind.
Mm,
And this whole idea of mindfulness is, yeah, living in the present, because sometimes when you start to be mindful, you realize that often in life and probably previously, you weren't really living in any particular moment because your mind was never fully there. You might be spending time with your friends and you're just thinking, oh, when I get home, I've got to cook for my husband, I've got to put the laundry on and things. And then, okay, you're there physically, but are you mentally there? And then you're at work and then you're thinking about your kids and then you're getting nails done, but you're on your phone or whatever it is. You
mhm,
realize that in life, we're so busy living back in the past or back in the future.
mhm.
But you don't want to live a life where you look back realizing at no moment you're not fully embracing it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the idea, is like Jimmy, you say, is like should be more like kids, just experiencing the wow of life. But we become so desensitized when everything becomes this whole idea of doing, doing, doing. And my favorite saying is, we are human beings, not doing. So we should just be in the moment. Whether it is a moment that is undesirable, just
Mhm.
be present there and sitting with it. Why is it that I'm not enjoying it? What is it? And when you go through and you become self-aware, it's almost like you're almost meditating on each moment of your life.
Yes, yes.
And it becomes so much more beautiful because you learn about yourself and you realize that it's not that thing that was causing you to be unhappy. It's the way that you think about it. And
Mm,
it's all in the mind, because your mind shapes your perspective about everything.
yes. So good. Thank you so much for this sharing. Yes. Yes, Simran's right. And then like this mindfulness business. Now, everything in the world now is kind of commercialized, isn't it? Anything that's, they want to package it and sell it to you, right? So this mindfulness is just too precious to be used as a commercial product. It's too precious. And like Simran said, it's like the whole society is kind of train us in a way to look forward, to anticipate the future, kind of, and then you always teach us, you can control this, you can control this, you can control this, you can do something about your life, you can, keep asking you to put more effort, put more effort. And then the whole society is built on this ideology of, have you heard this, no pain, no gain or something? Like work hard, work hard, be determined. But I'm here to tell you, meditation, it's no pain, all gain. Really, you just have to believe that, I'm telling you the truth. Actually, the more you work hard, the more effort you put in, actually the worse it gets, actually, because you're so tense. But that's why this conversation is so important. Because then you have this understanding, oh, okay. So actually, I have no control over anything, I have no control, if the plane's going to hit or something's going to happen. I have no control over other people's emotion or my emotion. Oh, I have no control. Or my thoughts, I have no control. Okay, then you start to, oh, okay, relinquish this. You start to accept this. Then once you realize I have no control, I have only this present moment, then everything becomes so interesting. Because you are not trying to control it, it becomes interesting. If you control it, you always predict what's going to happen next. It becomes boring, kind of, So living in this moment mindfully, and then everything becomes so wondrous at this present moment, because you kind of, your mind becomes soft, and then you open up, and then, yeah,
Let go.
let go, let go. That's a good word.
That's the hardest one. Let go.
Let it go is so difficult. This we have so much habits of self-criticizing. We're not good enough. We have to work harder. All this, the society is telling us, you have to work hard, otherwise you fail. So meditation is the kind of the reverse. So with this in mind, let's do this practice together. So for this next 3 minutes, I want you to just really sit here and just be completely comfortable with this present moment, this present state, whatever it might be right now, whatever you're feeling right now, whatever your thoughts are, you're completely at ease. You're completely comfortable as it is. You're not trying to add anything. You're not trying to fix anything. Remember, you're not trying to fix anything. Just relax and letting go of this controlling mind. Just be comfortable with this present moment. So we're going to just sit for 3 minutes. I'm not trying to do anything. Just observe and be comfortable with this present state of your being. Accept everything that comes. There's no rejection. So yeah, how's that? So you realize that when you are kind to yourself, then you start to be kind to others. It's very naturally. This happens. Are you guys able to sit for 2 minutes? How did you experience? Is it okay? Good. Not like, this habit we have of the habit of needing to do something. It's the worst habit, actually. It makes us so anxious all the time, So usually for beginners, when they meditate, and then when I gave the instruction of just sitting there, don't do anything, they get so anxious because they start to see their mind. They want to do something. Come on, they start. And then it's it's very interesting. And you just wow. Then you read, if you mindful, you just saw your wow, it's pathetic. How come I'm so so needing to do something, so then yeah, so this meditation, if you're able to do it, it's really good. Just be completely comfortable with this current state, and then whatever comes, what your thought, it's okay. Just accept it. It's okay. I'm still here. Yes. So this is meditation. It's really healing. I hope today you have more more understanding of what meditation is about. I hope I've hit the point. Yeah. Simran. So
Yeah, so Jimmy, a question.
yeah.
If meditation is about being able to train the mind to like stop all the thoughts, then how does that last meditation help when we're not doing anything to stop the thoughts? We're just
Oh,
letting them flow.
That's such a good answer, because to stop the thought, actually the best way to stop the thought is to just ignore it, just not pushing it any further, not trying to control it in any form, not exert your view on it, just leave it alone, just accept its presence. And when you leave it alone, you realize it's like this kid getting attention, this kid in front of you is trying to attract attention. Then he will chuck a tantrum if you don't entertain it. He will start rolling on the ground. Come on, attention on me. And this is what happened to our thought, actually, when you start to ignore your thought. It becomes more wild because it's so used to be the center of the universe. Your thinking used to be so precious to you, like center of universe. So it's got all the attentions all the time. And then all of a sudden you just don't care, just kind of not giving it the attention. So what will happen is you'll realize, if you have a kid that's rolling on the ground, if you just ignore it, what happened after 5 minutes? He just got bored, right? He's like, oh, this doesn't work on you. I'll try something else, right? I'll try a different strategy. So actually, this meditation, if you can do it, it is the most direct way of meditating, which is doing nothing. And this doing nothing is so profound. It's not just, don't do anything. It's so profound. So, but the thing is, a lot of people, they just can't accept this. They cannot accept the simplicity of this present moment acceptance. They can't. They say, no, I have to do something. This is too simple. No, I don't believe you. Like, I need to do something. Then out of compassion, you give them something, you give them something to do. Have to, otherwise, there's no middle ground. But if you can appreciate this doing nothing, it's like the best antidote for all your problems. Actually, all your problems. If you just leave it alone, it just disappeared by itself. Yeah, kind of. I hope that explains a little bit, Simran.
Yes, thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah. So anyone so I want to ask again that what are you feeling right now? Be honest to yourself. Let's go around the room. Chandi, would you like to start? How are you feeling? Happy? Yeah. You're always happy.
I wish that's the problem. I wish I can be in this the way it went today. It was very high energy.
Yeah.
So I wish I can stay in this energy for all of my life.
Okay. So good, so good.
Yeah, it
You're
was
so happy.
much light.
I can every time I see you bliss out.
Yeah, I was going another
Yeah.
level higher too, and
It's
I
good.
loved it so much.
Yeah. Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
You have to be so true to yourself. Don't take it as, because he says so. Try it. and then experience this yourself. That's why I'm encouraging you to do. So how are you feeling right now?
Pretty calm and ease.
Okay. It's good. It's good.
Present, I think. pretty close to present.
Yeah. Really good. You?
I feel pretty good. Like
Yeah.
I'm aware of my body, like how tired my brain
Yes,
is,
yes,
how hungry
yes.
I am.
Yes,
and
yes.
I'm with it. So
That's really good. Actually, that's so important to realize how tired you are or how drowsy or how blocked you are. As soon as you notice that,
yeah, it
you start to heal.
Yes, yes. I feel
You
the
know?
blood flow more.
Yes.
Yeah.
The reason that we are stressed is because we are not aware of our stress, actually. We try to kind of shove it away. If we are stressful and all this, we don't want to look at it, and then it's always there. But as soon as you look at it, and then it just kind of
Yeah,
die
it
down.
healed, like
Yeah.
just 1 hour by doing nothing. Actually, I feel better.
Yes. So good. I'm so happy to hear that. So by doing nothing, you heal. That's like that ice cube story. Yes. How about Nikki? How are you feeling right now?
Hey, much more relaxed. Greg.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that last one, the last meditation where you more or less, I suppose, giving permission to just do nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else feels it, but sometimes I kind of feel guilty for just doing nothing.
Yes.
It's sort of nice to know you can be doing something good by doing nothing. It's
It's so
refreshing. So
Nikki,
thank
wow,
you.
I'm so happy to hear that. You don't know how happy I am. Just a few weeks ago, I remember you telling me, I don't know how to do nothing.
Yeah.
And then
It's
you're so right about this guilt conscious we have.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
such a, I would say, modern, byproduct of our this, we always feeling guilty of, doing nothing. We feel guilt because, our parent will say, hey, don't be a lazy bum,
Yes.
You have to do
Yes,
something,
exactly.
So we have
Yeah.
this concept of, if I do nothing, I become lazy bum, I'm not productive. You're not productive in a commercial sense, but you're so productive to yourself. So
Yeah.
it is. I used to have this T-shirt, like it says, "I'm busy doing nothing." Busy doing nothing, and it's so true. Yeah, and this is meditation. Busy trying to do nothing. It's a joke, but yeah. So
Yeah, today I told
so good.
somebody was texting me
Yeah.
because I did 3 o'clock because the time change on Sunday. So my 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, of the changes. I wake up and this is wrong. Then I'm looking all the clock, oh, this is wrong. That my time changed. Then I go, and this person is texting me, the student, and trying to text because I can see the attention. I put everything away and I said to him, sorry, I'll be busy for 9 days.
Yes.
That's it, because 9 days I'm doing some,
Yes.
spiritual work. So I'm sorry, I'm busy for 9 days, but in between I'll keep in touch. Like that.
Very
I'm
good.
busy doing nothing. I'm doing very good stuff.
So I hope you guys enjoyed today's session. And it's so important to start. Now you can see the logic, I think, behind why you start with a metta meditation. And then when you're comfortable, you can accept breath as your next object. Because now your mind soft and gentle, you can just accept breath and you can appreciate the beauty of breath. And then after you can appreciate the beauty of breath, then you can advance into just absolutely doing nothing, complete ease. It's so wonderful, that process, that whole process. But if you just jump right into this, it might not work, because there's too big a difference. So I hope you can now see the whole structure and the meditation. You can appreciate this beauty. I hope.
And it's like trying to make a statue out of a rock.
Yes.
instead of molding, like making the clay soft first and just mold it out of it.
Yes.
After I'm doing the meta, I feel like I become more like the soft clay.
Yes, so good. It's malleability. You can like shape it now. You know, after you have meta, that's why meta practice is so important. It's so foundational and yet so important because just like you say, you make the mind like clay. Then now you can shape it. You know, now we can just appreciate the breath and all this. You know,
Otherwise, you just have to like hammer it.
yeah. Yes,
So,
yes. So good. So yeah, and then next week, Simran is going to share with us this 6R technique.
Oh,
I think it's really good. So please, yeah, if you have a chance, please come and yes, let's before we conclude, let's share this merits, share this energy of goodness because today we are really discussing something really wholesome, really beneficial for everyone. You know, like the whole world actually needs this kind of peace and energy so much, you know. There's so much turbulence on this world now, you know, all the wars going on, people hating each other. We need this energy of peace and this teaching, this, you know, so profound that we're discussing just doing nothing. It's so good. If anyone or the world leader can actually appreciate a little bit of this, the world will be in much a better place. So let's share these merits with all the people around, all the beings, all the people who are listening. May everyone have peace and find their own sanity. May all these good energies be shared with everyone. May every being ultimately attain liberation, liberating from all their suffering, their thoughts, and everything. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. I think today's a really nice and neat class, you know. I think it's the first time that we have no first timers, right? Kind of good.
A good timing, actually, that's falling on this energy of
Yeah. Yeah.
that is so good.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. I hope anything else you want to add, Simran?
No, thank you, Jimmy, and thank you, everyone.
And I hope that also is kind of clear for you as well, Simran, because you must have listened to so many talks and you know and stuff. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we having a class.
So I hope this is recorded.
Yeah, it's been recording the whole time.
Okay, really good. Yeah. So
there is a class next Monday as well. Then.
next Monday, what's happening? Is it a
School
public
holiday.
holiday?
It's a school
School
holiday.
holiday.
Then you need this 9 to close.
I don't think so.
It should be okay.
Ah,
Let me find out. But are you in a group?
Thank you, Nikki.
Data center group?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There will be announcement if this closed.
So we'll continue. University of Western Sydney is continuing on to next week. It's not affected by school holidays. So we hope to see you again all next Monday to learn about the 6 hours of how to bring your distracted mind back into meditation.
Yes, looking forward to it. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. So happy for your comment. Okay, thank you.